Hello, welcome back to my channel. I am going to ramble before I get into what this video is about, so I'll have a timestamp on screen and in the description in case you want to skip this part. First of all, I wanted to thank everyone for the support on my last YouTube video about K-Soul, because it has pushed my channel farther than ever before. I wrote the script for that video in one afternoon, started editing that evening, and posted it a couple minutes after midnight, so seeing that it did well really motivated me into making this video. I have been down on my luck with writing these long scripts, because I often have a hard time articulating my words correctly. Even in the videos I have posted, I go back and look at how poorly I describe those feelings. I got a comment about it on my K-Soul video where I confused them because I had a Woods fancom playing in the background. I want to stress right now that all of the fancoms are just used to have something in the background, and don't have any affiliations with the groups, unless the fancom I use of the group is who I am talking about in the video. With that out of the way, let's get into what this video is about. Today I wanted to touch on the recent Riize boycott because there are people who don't know about it. I wanted to make this video to go over why the boycott is happening, and why it is important that you partake. Before we get started, I wanted to get two things out of the way to cover all of my bases. This video will be going over what happened with the group, specifically Seunghan, in detail, which means I will be showing clips and photos. I promise that I am not doing this to perpetuate or spread any rumors of any kind since I, myself, am a Riize, and have been seeing the same dating rumors film ever since I got into K-pop. I am going to show the necessary photos and clips in order to educate people, and not to start a hate campaign. I understand why people are upset when people spread the photos, however I do believe they are necessary to add into this video. This brings me to my last point, which is, SM or anyone affiliated with Riize in any way, do not sue me or take down this video. My purpose with this video is to inform people about what is happening with Riize, and not to defame or slander the company or the boys themselves. This is an educational video with the intended purpose to be educating people. With that out of the way, I will have a TLDL in the comments in case you don't feel comfortable sitting through the whole video. I forgot to do it on my last video, but I have since added it in and will do it this time around as soon as the video is up. With that, let's get into the video. I want to mention right now that this video will be as long as necessary as I will be going in depth regarding Seunghan, since this is my first time talking about him on my channel. While I suggest you listen to what I'm about to go over in full, you can always refer to my links if this robot voice is too irritating or vexing for you guys. The Riize boycott that I will be talking about has just recently been implemented. 5 days ago, fans of Riize banded together to start a boycott on the group, after their spring comeback was revealed to only be 6 members. I talk a little bit about this in the short, but a week or so ago, Anton, Soi, and Yoonseok were all involved in some sort of dating scandal. Anton and Soi had photos leaked of them, and notorious liar Han Seoi was said to be romantically involved with Yoonseok, if what I read was correct. The photos were of Anton holding hands with a girl he is friends with as she posted on her private Instagram account, and Soi kissing one of his male friends on the cheek. As for Yoonseok, he was said to be dating Han Seohee, who is known for getting certain members of groups kicked out like Wonho from Monsta X and BI from iKON. In a live broadcast, both Anton and Yoonseok both touched on what had been happening, and went out of their way to apologize. Anton said, "So many things happened these few days, and I was really upset because things were being talked about differently from how I meant it. That's why I'm really sorry to the fans for how they felt regarding those parts that I didn't mean to happen. Just as much as the fans were upset and confused, I also wanted to convey my sincere feelings to them as quickly as possible." Yoonseok then followed it up by stating, "For me as well, the thing I wanted to say first is that I didn't do anything that would cause Riize to worry, so I hope you believe me. And I wanted to say that I'm sorry and grateful to the fans who were worried about us." A couple hours later, SM Entertainment would release a statement that said they would take legal action against anyone who perpetuates and spreads the dating rumors around. In a Twitter post they wrote an official statement that read, "Hello, this is SM Entertainment. Not only are falsehoods about the Riize members being recklessly spread on social media and online communities, but illegal acts such as the creation of posts that cross the line, including attacks on the Riize members' character, insults, and malicious slander, are continually taking place. These actions are a clear criminal act that severely defame our artists' character and violate their rights. We are well aware of the situation and are in the process of reviewing the material we have gathered, and we plan to take strong legal action by suing, so that the perpetrators of these illegal acts will be punished, without any settlement or leniency. Furthermore, the privacy of the people around our artists, especially their families and acquaintances, is being continuously invaded through habitual stalking, verbal abuse and swearing, sexual harassment, and more. As these kinds of acts are also criminal behavior, we ask that you recognize clearly that legal action is possible, and we urge you to take special care not to get involved in such shameful acts. We are always grateful to the fans who love Riize, and we will do our utmost to protect our artists in the future as well. Thank you." After this statement was released, fans were quick to call out SM Entertainment on their hypocrisy regarding Riize and their dating scandals. As most of you guys are aware, Riize is composed of 7 members, which are Shotaro, Yoonseok, Sunchan, Wonbin, Seunghan, Soi, and Anton, who debuted back in September of 2023 with a song called Get a Guitar. About 2 months into their successful and blossoming careers, member Seunghan was hit with his past and private happenings getting exposed on social media. I don't know for sure what came chronologically since I wasn't into K-pop at the time, however I will try my best using dates I could find. Starting off back in August of 2023, a Korbu article was posted which went over photos of Seunghan that got exposed on the internet. The photos were of him and a girl with him kissing her in all of the photos. There wasn't anything illegal about the photos, just him kissing the girl on her lips and cheek, but K-nets were widely upset about it, claiming that he was being too reckless since, at the time, he was still a trainee. They even speculated the intentions of why the photos were taken, which is just so weird. Claiming that he might have taken the photos to show off to friends is so unbelievably stupid, since a lot of couples take photos of themselves kissing, but that doesn't mean they don't love one another. Also, it's not like he was the one who released the photos in the first place, so I don't understand why they were attacking him for the photos getting out. As we see going forward, this is a common trait among the controversy surrounding Seunghan. Shortly thereafter, someone posted a photo of their Kakao message with someone called Nang Nang, who sent them a photo of a broadcast. In the broadcast, it was Seunghan as well as a friend and someone believed to be his girlfriend. The Nang Nang person sent a message that said, they said he still secretly did Instagram live with his girlfriend, even after debut, which is weird, considering there were only 4 people tuned into the broadcast. There is no they, there are only friends who have no respect for Seunghan who leaked his personal information. Someone took to Twitter and tweeted, fuck. In the midst of it all, there were only 4 people who joined the live stream, so it's fucking funny how he got exposed in spite of that. Seunghan, seems like you have to filter your friends. K-nets, as you'll, again, see come up time and time again, were angered over this fact being exposed, writing hateful and negative comments which I need to talk about. I don't give a fuck what these 2 irrelevant losers stated because it was this last comment twisted my nipple in a way that wasn't satisfactory. I assume when they said the thing about the order being reversed, it meant if the girl was the idol and Seunghan was the lover, the reaction would be more overwhelming. How on earth are you going to drag Seunghan through hell and back for having game and smoking just to diminish it by implying it was tame? K-nets are the biggest losers in history who have nothing better to do other than sit behind screens all day, obsessively talking about idols negatively because they're too insecure and won't have the chance to debut. Being salty about someone else being able to date someone shows just how sad and jealous you truly are, whether you, personally, think so or not. My god, they truly don't know when to bite their tongues and just shut the hell up for once in their miserable lives. Next, Seunghan and Subin from TXT had gone on a private live together where they were just talking to each other like friends do. K-pop idols, especially SM idols, go live on Instagram and invite people on all the time, so this isn't a rare occurrence. However, I want you to remember that this was a private broadcast that they did together. During the broadcast, Seunghan was teasing Subin when he said, "It's a fact. You can't dance, sing, or rap. You're just all excited just because you MC'd for Music Bank. You even got meter Yoonchae," to which Subin gave him the finger by using his middle toe to do it. I want to pause here briefly to say that Seunghan was not ragging Yoonchae whatsoever when he mentioned her name. To me, it seems like he is a fan of hers and was just feigning jealousy over Subin MCing with her as a joke. K-nets didn't take too kindly to this, being more angry at the fact that Subin was involved after years of his squeaky clean persona being pushed by Hype. Continuing with the pattern, one of his supposed friends leaked a video of him smoking while he was still a trainee just a day after the broadcasting incident. I am going to show the clip here solely for educational purposes, and not to be malicious. They also posted a photo of him with a cigarette in his mouth adorning sunglasses, which I will also show. I have no fucking idea what goes through people's heads when they are friends with someone famous, but do everything in their power to expose that famous person and take them down. Seunghan was only 2 months into his career when most of this stuff started coming out, meaning he has been gone longer than he has been active. Speaking of, Seunghan was reported to go on to an indefinite hiatus a couple days after most of the photo and video leaks. SM released a lengthy statement explaining he will be halting activities for an unspecified period of time, which read, "Hello, this is SM Entertainment. This is a notice regarding Riize member Seunghan. Seunghan is feeling severely apologetic and is reflecting on himself for causing disappointment and commotion to not only the team and members, but also to fans, due to issues regarding his personal life that are being leaked and circulated recently via social media and online communities. Seunghan feels mental pressure and responsibility regarding this, so after deep contemplation, he relayed his intention to halt activities for the team. We also judge that it is too difficult for him to continue activities through this situation, and respecting his opinion of no longer wanting to cause harm to the team and members, we decided on the indefinite suspension of his activities. Therefore, Riize will promote with 6 members excluding Seunghan starting today, November 22. It is an abrupt situation, but we ask for the generous understanding of fans, as it is a matter that was decided through careful discussion with the artist himself, and we are feeling great responsibility for being inattentive about artist management, although it was before his debut. We once again deeply apologize to fans. However, the videos and photos that are being leaked and circulated were taken in his personal time during his trainee days before his debut, and they were reproduced several times to cause misunderstandings through deliberate secondary editing, such as taking screenshots of a video of which the source can be specified. In addition, the individuals who are leaking and circulating these videos and photos are even using malicious means of creating groundless false information and messenger conversations that do not exist, continuing acts of severe defamation toward the artist by spreading fabricated and distorted information that is different from the truth. We began monitoring immediately after recognizing the above situation, and we specified who was behind the unauthorized leaks in circulation after collecting a significant amount of evidence. We plan on filing a legal complaint this afternoon at the local police station. In addition, we are considering additional legal action against the specified individual, not only for defaming the artist through unauthorized leaks in circulation, but also for various illegal acts, such as cybercrimes and threats. For the sake of the artist and team as well as the fans who love the team, the agency will not only file legal complaints, but also respond strongly without any settlement or leniency to all forms of secondary harm, such as generating as well as circulating and reproducing additional posts about thoughtless rumors regarding the artist. We will continue to do our best for the protection of our agency's artists. Thank you. Now I don't know if this jumped out right away to you, but the fact that SM only filed a complaint for Seunghan but threatened to take legal action for Yoonseok and Anton is the reason we are here today with a boycott. Seunghan arguably had it worse than Yoonseok and Anton had, but still didn't get the same treatment as they did even though they all had a commonality. Dating rumors. No, it isn't a competition for who has it worse. Be that as it may, that doesn't make the difference in response any differently, because, again, SM failed to protect Seunghan like they're trying with Anton and Yoonseok. After the legal action statement came out a couple days ago, fans banded together like I said, and there has been an agreed upon boycott that is taking place. Multiple statements from fans have been released, but here are two of the more recognized ones. This one reads, Riize is 7, bring Seunghan back. To protect Seunghan and all other members of Riize from further mistreatment, if Seunghan is not included, we have decided to boycott the comeback. Join us as we raise our voices through boycotting. Our first move is boycotting the comeback. We won't be streaming anything or allowing them to trend. What we are boycotting includes teasers, the comeback itself, album sales, streaming, merchandise, and any content related to the comeback. However, if Seunghan is included, the boycott will not proceed. Our stance is clear. We stand by Seunghan. Stay tuned for updates as we await the comeback dates. A more extensive and more detailed statement explains the boycott in more detail than I could ever. The statement from Riize Union reads, due to SM Entertainment's silence, vague blanket statements, and lack of assurance towards fans, regarding the criminal acts of privacy invasion, defamation, and malicious rumor spreading using edited and doctored media, international fans have decided to boycott Riize and all of their content, music, and merchandise, until Hong Seunghan is taken off indefinite hiatus. The criminal acts of invasion of privacy toward Riize members began on August 1, 2023, when the official Riize Instagram account opened. Since then, every single member of Riize has had their privacy invaded, and malicious rumors, private pictures from their youth, photos, and videos from private pre-debut accounts, as well as manipulated and doctored photographs and text messages, have spread across social media. It has continued to a point where, recently, a member's civilian friend in another country has been cyber-stalked and has had malicious rumors spread about them as well. To address these acts, SM Entertainment has only released similar statements announcing the promised filing of charges and legal pursuits toward perpetrators, with no evidence of progress. To add, a member instead was placed on an indefinite hiatus, and is still deliberately being edited from contents he was present at the time of filming, which inevitably caused a great deal of concern for fans. On top of these, other currently active Riize members were recently targeted using the same spreading of false information, use of private photos, and doctored images, tactics that were used to defame member Hong Seunghan. The accounts spreading the defamatory and false information were the same perpetrators who targeted Seunghan months ago. This ultimately led to the fandom's mistrust of the statements released by SM Entertainment, and reinforced our heightened concern regarding all of the Riize members' security and privacy, and the company's lack of protection. We have begged, pleaded, and sent numerous 119 reports on all of said issues, since they began in August 2023. We have done our part as fans, while SM Entertainment failed to do theirs as a company to protect their artist. We will no longer take your continued silence and disrespectful lack of care and concern for Riize members' well-being and Riize as loyal fans. This brings us into why the boycott is important. In the last section, I use a statement from Riize Union which I will continue talking about here, since they have done such a good job articulating why the boycott needs to happen. The statement read beforehand as well as the other statements I will be showing for the next, however long, are all on their Twitter account, which I have linked down below, in case you want to read what it all says for yourself, since I won't be going in detail about every single mention. In their rationale statement they state, "We, Riize as a fandom, have exhausted all of our energy, money, and resources to express our discontent with SM Entertainment, and how they have handled the continued cyberbullying of the Riize members, since before their debut in August 2023, enabled by the company's leniency and incompetence. We have sent over 40 different 119 posts for multiple members every single month since August 1, 2023, demanding and pleading with SM Entertainment to take firm action against the perpetrators, protect their artist, and confirm Seunghan's status as a Riize member." 26 trucks from Korean, Chinese, Japanese, and international fans have been displayed outside SM Entertainment, with the same pleas and demands. 25 LED billboard ads in South Korea, 12 LED billboard ads in Times Square, 10 Instagram ads, 5 cup sleeve events, 3 photo booth events, and 5 donation drives, all in support of Seunghan, have taken place since his indefinite hiatus announcement on November 23, 2023. The number of days that Seunghan has been placed on indefinite hiatus has now well surpassed the number of days he was active as an idol, as well as his continuous erasure from the group and content he was physically present for. All the while, SM Entertainment has only responded to us with silence and vague statements, which has allowed the space for the other members of Riize to be attacked in the same manner as Seunghan was, as well as their civilian friends by the same perpetrators. SM Entertainment must address these issues promptly and transparently to uphold the loyalty and the trust of its fan base. We demand that the company issue firm statements regarding the status of Seunghan's hiatus, confirmation of his reinstatement in Riize, legal actions thus far against perpetrators, and a public apology directed towards Riize and Riize, in acknowledgement of the company's managerial incompetence. This collective and decisive movement to boycott all Riize-related content from past releases, current and future comebacks, and future content will continue until Riize member Hong Seunghan's indefinite hiatus ends. The international fandom will now do the same, meeting SM Entertainment with silence. This boycott will be a complete blackout on all Riize-related content, music, and merchandise, regardless of member, until Riize member Hong Seunghan's hiatus ends. Riize Union then detailed every Kwanga 119 report that has been sent since August of 2023, with a totaling out of 41 reports for slander and defamation against all of the members. They then provided lists for events held in support of Seunghan, which totaled to 55 events. Content Seunghan was edited out of despite him being present, and having filmed content which totaled to 7 times. How many events he has missed since his indefinite hiatus, which totaled to 25. Endorsements he has been left out of, which came out to 7. And merch that he missed out on or was edited out of, which totaled to 3. All in all, Seunghan has missed 42 separate opportunities for the group since he has been on his hiatus, which outweighs how many reports have been filed since before he even went on hiatus. Lastly, they made a boycott plan which goes over everything you would expect. No interacting with them on social media, no endorsing or promoting their music on social media, no streaming their music or upcoming comeback, and no purchasing of merchandise, until Seunghan is reinstated into Riize's lineup. The point of the hiatus is rooted in SM not handling Seunghan's case, as well as they should have by taking firm legal action, instead of simply filing a complaint, and even beyond that. The Seunghan stuff is the main point, but the boycott is also a way to get SM to treat their idols like people rather than products. SM Entertainment has a long, lengthy history of mistreating their idols, which has been well documented. One search on YouTube or Google gives you a ton of results of people talking about how SM Entertainment mistreats their idols in groups. Slave contracts is even thrown around in one article, which is not beyond believability, because of how evil SM Entertainment is. I don't think I explained it well here, so I am going to show a portion of a video from a creator named Antonio, who made a 5-minute long video talking about the boycott. I highly suggest you listen to what he has to say, since he articulates the consensus of why this boycott is needed, in order to ensure SM artists' safety and care.
This boycott is not strictly just for Seunghan. It's also a way to incentivize SM to treat their artists like people. We now know that the defamation did not stop with Seunghan. Think back a couple weeks to what happened to Anton and Sohee. If that got more serious, there's no rule saying SM can't have multiple people on hiatus at the same time. If they've done it once, they can do it again.
I have the 2 videos he mentioned linked down below for you guys to watch as well, since I think they were all important to hear. After the boycott was announced, there was a leaked video of Riize dancing for what looks to be their upcoming comeback. Fans were quick to notice that there were only 6 out of the 7 members dancing, which really shot this boycott off. SM has a repeated history of dragging their idols down at such a pivotal time in their career, and by not speaking up about Seunghan or announcing him coming back, they could potentially put Riize in jeopardy if they keep this going for long enough. One last thing before we wrap up, I do believe that this will benefit the group more than it will hurt them if, and this is a pretty big if, SM doesn't give them OT6 comebacks while ignoring what is happening. The common misconception is that Riize will be hurt badly by this temporary boycott, which is untrue. Monetarily, it is untrue at least. As of this year, SM Entertainment is worth $1.32 billion, which, regardless of who it is impressive. Now take this next bit with a grain of salt, but it is stated that Riize only generates an estimated $95,000, meaning that this boycott wouldn't really harm SM in any way. They will stay afloat even with the boycott, and will, hopefully, acknowledge and understand why this is happening in the first place, and do what is right. With that, I hope everyone partakes in the boycott, and I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you later.